Tommy Lee and Kid Rock are two of the most well-known stars in the world of rock and roll, but they're also known as two of Pamela Anderson's high-profile exes. And in 2007, while both were living lives after Pam, the two got into it during one of MTV's most televised events. Pamela Anderson is one of the most popular stars and sex symbols of the 90s, and her marriages to rock stars Kid Rock and Tommy Lee have been well documented, especially her relationship with the latter thanks to that infamous tape. After Pam and Tommy divorced in 1998, the actress and model got into a relationship with Kid Rock in the early 2000s and married in 2006. However, that marriage didn't pan out well either, and the reason behind their divorce might surprise a lot of viewers. Eventually, Pam's two exes traded jabs over the media, culminating in a face-off that almost exploded into a full-out brawl. How did things eventually get there? Stay tuned as we explore this story of two rock star marriages to the same celebrity that fell apart and its aftermath. Pamela Anderson's marriage with Tommy Lee. Pamela Anderson gained prominence in the 90s as one of the most popular glamour models of the decade, posing for magazines such as Playboy. She's recognized as having the most Playboy cover appearances ever and has been featured in the publication for more than 20 years, with her first appearing on the magazine cover in 1989. Her star power only increased when she became part of the cast of the TV series Baywatch, where she played one of the show's most popular characters, C.J. Parker. The show aired from 1992 to 1997 and became one of the defining series of the 90s, turning Pam into a bona fide media star. Pam's rising fame and undeniable sex appeal attracted not only the eyes of the general public, but also other celebrities, particularly Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee. The pair met, became an item, and married all within the span of 4 days in February 1995. At the time, Lee was engaged to model Bobby Brown, who was previously married to Warrant's Janie Lane and famously appeared in the band's music video for Cherry Pie. The marriage was Pam's first and Lee's third, having previously been married to actress Heather Locklear from 1986 to 1993. The couple's marriage was a high profile when given Pam's popularity at the time, as Lee's fame within the rock scene by the mid-90s had already passed its peak once grunge took over hair metal as the new musical trend. It was also notable because of how fast things happened between the actress and the drummer. Pam thereafter became professionally known as Pamela Anderson Lee. The two shared two children, Brandon Thomas, born in 1996, and Dylan Jagger, born in 1997. But what really made Pam and Tommy's marriage the stuff of legend was their infamous sex tape, which was leaked into the public via the internet in 1997. It became one of the first examples of viral pornography and undoubtedly one of the most infamous. Although Pam sued the video's distributor, Internet Entertainment Group, the case was eventually dropped and the distribution company continued selling the tape on its website. Throughout the short period they were together, the couple had a very rocky relationship, during which Lee was imprisoned for 6 months due to spousal abuse. The two divorced in 1998, after which they entered a long legal battle over the custody of their children. They were eventually granted joint custody in 2002. Moving on with Kid Rock. After Pam's divorce from Lee, she entered into a brief relationship with Swedish model and actor Marcus Scheckenberg from 2000 to 2001. Afterwards, Pam set her sights on another rock star, Robert James Ritchie, aka Kid Rock. The two became engaged in 2002, but broke up the following year. But the engagement was back on 3 years later, and the couple were wed in July 2006. At the time, there was heavy media speculation that the marriage pushed through because Pam was pregnant with Kid Rock's child, but neither party confirmed this. For months after their wedding, it was reported that Pam had miscarried while filming her newest movie, Blonde and Blonder. A week later, she filed for divorce from Rock. However, what's intriguing about the end of their marriage is the fact that a movie was reportedly responsible for it. How Borat destroyed Pam and Kid Rock's marriage. That movie was Borat, the wildly popular mockumentary starring Sacha Baron Cohen as the titular Kazakhstani journalist who travels to America. Pam's featured in the movie as herself and is actually a central character in the story, as she's the main reason why Borat wanted to travel to America after the latter decides to make her his wife. While the movie was obviously a comedy, it appeared that Kid Rock didn't find it humorous and especially took issue with a scene that referenced Pam and Tommy's sex tape. According to her new book, Love, Pamela, the actress recounts keeping her appearance in the film a secret from Rock to surprise him. During a screening of the film where other figures from the movie industry were present, including Steven Spielberg, Rock walked out after seeing the sex tape reference, prompting Pam to go after him. She noted that Rock was embarrassed and ended up screaming expletives at her. The incident eventually led to the couple's separation, and Pam noted that she hasn't been in contact with Rock ever since. Sacha Baron Cohen later stated that he asked Pam through a text message what Rock thought about the movie, to which Pam replied that they were getting divorced because of it. Baron Cohen said that he initially thought it was a joke until news came out sometime later that Pam and Rock were indeed separating. Although that would have been the end of it, things reached a new level when Rock had an encounter with Pam's ex-husband, Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee versus Kid Rock. In the lead-up to the 2007 MTV Video Music Awards held in Las Vegas, Kid Rock revealed that his ex-wife's ex, Tommy Lee, had been taunting him through harsh email messages. Rock even revealed that he received messages from Lee while he was present at the birthday party of one of Lee's kids with Pam. Both Lee and Rock were in attendance during the MTV VMAs, where Pam was also a presenter. There was already an air of tension, given that her two exes were in the same room together, and it all came to a boil later that evening. During their performance of Alicia Keys shortly after Pam, a fight broke out between Lee and Rock, which added to an already controversial night due to Britney Spears' widely panned opening performance. A source reported that Lee and celebrity magician Chris Angel went over to visit Diddy, who sat close to Rock, after which Rock threw a punch at Lee, starting the scuffle. The two were separated, and Lee was kicked out of the Palms Casino Resort and Hotel, while Rock was allowed to stay within the premises. In her autobiography, Pam wrote, "Tommy and Bob dove at each other, and fists were flying, and the whole thing ended up on live TV. I walked out, and Alicia didn't miss a beat and kept on singing. It was a setup. MTV must have been thrilled." Although the fight wasn't broadcast live on TV, clips of it have surfaced on the internet. Later in the show, Diddy addressed what happened as he introduced the final performers for the night, Justin Timberlake and Noe Furtado. "I was supposed to be doing this with Kid Rock, but you know, we gotta stop the violence. It's not just hip-hop artists that fight," he said. Jamie Foxx also addressed the fight, although in a much more comedic fashion, saying that Tommy Lee and Kid Rock fighting like black folks. "It's hilarious. Who won? I was in the bathroom. Pamela Anderson's got a hard choice to make." In the aftermath, both Rock and Lee were questioned by authorities regarding the incident, as well as all who were involved in the altercation. Rock was charged with misdemeanor assault, for which he pled guilty. Rock expressed no regret in separating from Pam, stating that filing for divorce was the best thing he ever did. In an interview, he said, "I knew it was a bad career move to get involved with her because your life becomes a circus, because that's what she wants is media attention." Meanwhile, it was reported that Pam and Tommy got back together briefly in 2008 for the sake of their kids, but soon separated again for good. Today, it seems the two former lovers are more at peace with each other. In an interview on The Howard Stern Show last January, when asked how her relationship with Tommy is currently, Pam said that the two text every now and then, and that she respects his current marriage with his wife, Brittany Furlan. She also remarked that her marriage with Tommy was more good times than bad.